There's a new policy that is expected to come on stream soon. It is a Janus cultural policy initiative. But first, there are certain things that must be put in place. First, let's try to understand what the policy is really all about. Today, Nightly News spoke with Sarah Barrett, Program Manager.
The Janus Cultural Policy Initiative is actually a joint venture between Janus Ideas, a company that was started by local writer Roald Johnson, and the Prince Claus Fund for Culture and Development. That fund is based in the Netherlands. So Johnson would have applied for a grant, he was given it, and he decided to fund the Janus Cultural Policy Initiative. Now, the primary aim of the initiative is to create a cultural policy by next January and then advocate for the implementation of that policy.
The cultural policy will encompass a wide spectrum of the Guyanese society. Additionally, for Janus, there cannot be development without taking into account the various cultures that make up Guyana, a society which speaks to diversity.
Usually when you hear cultural policy, you begin to think creative industries and artists and so on. But no, that's not true. Also, when you think culture, you need to think about national relations. What sort of relations exist among the people in your country? What measures can be put in place to support that relation, the relationship, to support it, to encourage human and social development. So when you're talking, cultural policy, you're really talking a whole lot of things.
For Janus to achieve its core objective, it has established a tripartite structure with 3 components. Those components include research and analysis, education, capacity building, output, and advocacy.
Policy itself, one of the areas that the initiative is working on is intellectual property legislation. As you know, that has been in the works for quite a while now, and we're just not able to get anything concrete out of it. The thing is this. We've got to recognize that in order to empower our artists and to ensure that they exist in an environment where they can exist, they can make what they do economically feasible, they're going to need legislation like the IP legislation in place, right? So the policy in itself creates an environment, a structured environment, and recognizes the need for legislation like IP legislation to be in place.
From Thursday through Saturday, the Janus Cultural Policy Initiative, which undertakes a legislative and non-legislative aspect, will host conversations on citizenship at the Guyana. The conversations, which will run from 1 p.m. daily, will examine citizenship from various corners. And Duncan reporting for HGP Nightly News.